Good morning, children. Sairam. Today we are going to write the notes for the political science lessons which we have completed in the last classes. Okay. So the first lesson is understanding diversity, and the second lesson is diversity and discrimination. So we are going to start with this understanding diversity lesson. I want you to copy these notes in your notebook neatly. Okay, so first we will start with the choose the correct answer. What is it? Choose the correct answer. The first one, Samir Do thought Samir Ek did not know. The options are English, Punjabi, Hindi, Urdu. So the answer is Hindi because you can see it is highlighted in blue. Samir Do thought Samir Ek did not know Hindi. Okay, Samir Do thought Samir Ek did not know Hindi. Second question, Samir Do's family lived in Delhi, Bihar, Meerut, Jaipur. Answer is Meerut. So Samir Do's family lived in Meerut. Okay, third one, which of these is not an example of inequality? Okay, which of these is not an example of inequality? So the first one is casting the vote for electing government. Second one, belonging to a different religion. Third option, speaking one language and not another. The last one is earning money. So the answer is speaking one language and not other. Which of these is not an example of inequality? The answer is speaking one language and not another. Okay. We finished the three choose the correct answer. Now we are going to see the fill in the blanks for the same lesson. The first one, the caste system is a form of dash. The caste system is a form of inequality. The caste system is a form of inequality. Okay, that is the first one. Second one, inequality comes when a person does not have access to dash and dash. Inequality comes when a person does not have access to resources and opportunities. Okay, inequality comes when a person does not have access to resource and opportunities. Okay, this is the second one. Third one, a country's customs, religions, arts and history constitute its culture. Okay, the dash is culture. A country's customs, religions, arts and history constitute its culture. Okay, the fourth one, people traveled in search of new lands and people. So people traveled in search of dash. They went in search of new lands and people. People traveled in search of new lands and people. Okay, the fifth one, when people travel to other places, dash of culture takes place. The answer is intermixing. Okay, when people travel to other places, intermixing of culture takes place. Okay, the sixth one, habitat is associated with the geographical area one lives in. Habitat is associated with the geographical area one lives in. Okay, so these are the things, 6 fill in the blanks we are having here. So now we will move on to the true or false. Okay, first one, all Indians share the national anthem. Yes, everyone are using, so it is true. All Indians share the national anthem, so it is true. The next one, all Indians have the same national language. Yes, that's also true. Our national language is Hindi, right? Third one, all Indians speak the same language. False, because each state has different language. And Pandit Nehru was the first president of India. It is false. He was not the first president. He was the first prime minister. Okay. So in the next one, caste system is an example of diversity. So the answer is false. So when you divide people, it is not like diversity, right? According to their different caste, we are dividing them. So we are not being diverse. So it is caste system is an example of diversity is false. Sixth one, Kerala and Ladakh are in different parts of India. Yes, it is true. Kerala and Ladakh are in different parts of India is true. Next one, the geography of Ladakh allows cultivation of spices. False. The geography of Ladakh allows cultivation of spices. So that is false. Okay, with that we are finishing up the true or false. So I'll just revise with the fill in the blanks one more time and then the true or false. Fill in the blanks. The first one, the caste system is a form of inequality. The second one, inequality comes when a person does not have access to resource and opportunities. Third one, a country's custom, religion, arts and history constitute its culture. And the next one, people traveled in search of new lands and people. The fifth one, when people travel to other places, intermixing of culture takes place. And the last one, habitat is associated with the geographical area one lives in. Okay, with that we are finishing up the fill in the blanks. Now we will see true or false. One more time. All Indians share the national anthem. True. All Indians have the same national language. True. All Indians speak the same language. False. Pandit Nehru was the first president of India. False. Caste system is an example of diversity. That is also false. Kerala and Ladakh are in different parts of India. True. The geography of Ladakh allows cultivation of spices. False. Okay. So with that we are finishing. True or false. Now we will see. Answer the following. Okay. The first question. Draw up a list of different festivals celebrated in your locality. Draw up a list of different festivals celebrated in your locality. Which of these celebrations are shared by members of different regional and religious communities? Okay. Draw up a list of different festivals celebrated in your locality. Which of these celebrations are shared by members of different regional and religious communities? Okay, this is a question. So you are going to write the list of different festivals celebrated in your locality and which of these celebrations are shared by different religions. So which other community people also celebrate. Okay, religious community people also celebrate. That list you are going to give now. Okay. So answer for the first question is festivals shared by different regional and religious communities are Independence Day, Republic Day and Gandhi Jayanti. Okay, these are our national festival. So every Indian celebrates them irrespective of region and religion. Okay, festivals shared by different regional and religious communities are Independence Day, Republic Day, Gandhi Jayanti. Okay, these are our national festivals. So every Indian celebrates them irrespective of region and religion. Okay, so this is the answer for the first question. Now the second question, what do you think living in India with its rich heritage of diversity adds to your life? Okay, what do you think living in India with its rich heritage of diversity adds to your life? India is a country with a rich heritage of diversity. People here belong to various religions, speak different languages, wear different clothes, eat different food among other diversities. However, despite all this, we unite together as Indians. We share the same national symbols, national virtues and feelings. Being an Indian gives us the divine idea of Sarvadharma Sambhava, which means that we have the virtue of respecting all religions since all religions are one. Okay, this will be the answer for the second question. You can also write on your own, right? Now the third question. Underline the line in the poem sung after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, which according to you reflects India's essential unity. This is the song. Don't forget the days of blood, O friend. In the midst of your happiness, remember to shed a tear for us. The hunter has torn away every single flower. Do plant a flower in the desert garden, dear friend. Having fallen to bullets, we slept in Jallianwala Bagh. Do light a lamp on this lonely grave, O friend. Okay, this is the song which after that Jallianwala Bagh massacre it has been written. So the answer for that question is the line that reflects India's unity is when it came to struggling for freedom of the country, the Hindus and Muslims came together to fight and their blood flows together. Okay, so that is half of the song, so you will have the remaining song there. So in that, this lines reflects India's unity. What is it? When it came to struggling for freedom of country, the Hindus and Muslims came together to fight and their blood flows together. Okay, so that is the answer for the third question. And for this question and the next one, you are going to write the answer for it. Okay, do you think the term unity in diversity is an appropriate term to describe India? So what do you think? Unity in diversity is appropriate for India or not? You're going to think about it. And what do you think Nehru is trying to say about Indian unity in the sentence quoted above from from his book The Discovery of India? So you have to go through your textbooks and find out the answer for this question. The next one, choose another region in India and do a similar study of the historical and geographical factors that influence the diversity found there. Are these historical and geographical factors connected to each other? How? So you're going to take to another region in India. So like Kerala and Ladakh we saw in this lesson, right? Like that you're going to select another region and you're going to study about the historical and geographical factors. What are influencing that particular place that you're going to identify and then you're going to write, are these historical and geographical factors connected to each other? So whether there is any connection between the history and the geographical area. So and if it is there, then how it is influencing. So like that you're going to do a small research kind and then write the answer for it. Okay, so with this we are completing the first lesson notes. Now the second lesson, diversity and discrimination. First is match the following. In that you have this question in your textbook. You can just go through it. So the answer for this is two surgeons were sitting down to lunch when one of them made a call on the mobile phone. So this is the first A option. Okay, A question. So the answer for it is why did he call? To speak with her daughter who had just returned from school. So this is the sentence. Okay, you're going to match it. So two surgeons were sitting down to lunch when one of them made a call on the mobile phone to speak with her daughter who had just returned from school. The second one, the boy who won the drawing competition went to the dais on a wheelchair to collect his prize. So this is the second one. So the sentences are mix and match, so you're just going to match it properly. Okay. Third one of the fastest athletes in the world suffers from chronic asthma. So completing the sentence, okay, we are going to complete the sentences. She was not that well off but had a dream to become an astronaut, which she did. So she was not that well off but had a dream to become an astronaut, which she did. Okay, so this is the answer for the match the following. And now we are going to see question answer. How can So now we will move on to the question answer. How can the stereotype that girls are a burden to on their parents affect the life of a daughter? Imagine this situation and list at least 5 different effects that this stereotype can have on the way daughters get treated in their house. So now we'll see the question answer. Second one is, how can the stereotype that girls are burden on their parents affect the life of a daughter? Imagine this situation and list at least 5 different effects that this stereotype can have on the way daughters get treated in the house. So you're going to list down how what kind of stereotype thought people are having, and you're going to list that 5 situations where it is happening. Okay, so first one, girls have been treated as a burden since time immemorial. Like we don't remember like when this started also. Okay, even today their condition has not changed. Whether it is home or outside, they are not given due opportunity. So they are not given proper opportunity even today. Okay, so this is the first paragraph. Girls have been treated as a burden since time immemorial. Even today their condition has not changed. Whether it is home or outside, they are not given due opportunities. Okay, some places still they are not getting that opportunity. The mental setup of the parents is such that it never accepts the birth of a daughter wholeheartedly. So even today, they're saying like some people they are not happy about having a daughter. Okay, they are not accepting the girls wholeheartedly. Okay, as a result, girls' life is badly affected. Here is the list of 5 different effects that this stereotype can have on the way daughters get treated. Okay, we are going to see the 5 ways. Girls would feel discouraged and they would not concentrate on their studies. So this is the first point. Girls would feel discouraged and they would not concentrate on their studies. All their dreams to achieve a separate identity in the society would be shattered. Third point, sometimes girls are not allowed to join any school or college. This ruthless attitude of the parents towards their daughters ruin their career. So they feel helpless even in their parents' house. Okay, these are some of the points, and then we'll continue one more point. Even marriage does not bring fortune to the girls all the time. Some in-laws proved themselves good by giving proper treatment to the newly married girls, but most of the time we find that they are ill-treated in their in-laws' house. They are subject to exploitation. Okay, these are the 5 points which can be written. You can make it simple in your own words. You can just change it out and you can write the answer. Okay. The third question, what does the constitution say with regard to equality? Why do you think it is important for all people to be equal? Okay, what does constitution say with regard to equality? Why do you think it is important for all the people to be equal? Okay, so the answer for this is, a constitution provides that the state shall not discriminate against any citizens on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex or region. Okay. It is important for all people to be equal because only then our society would develop in the true sense of the term. It is our right to be treated equally. It is our right to be given due respect. It is our right to be given equal opportunities. Okay, so these are the some things which constitution provides. Okay, says then in absence of all these, our life would be hell. Our personality would be suppressed. Hence, we need equality so that we may go ahead without any hindrances. We may prove ourselves helpful in the development of the society and country. Okay. Now we will see the fill in the blanks. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar fought for the rights of the Dalits. Dash fought for the rights of the Dalits. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. Okay, the second one. The upper caste did not give the so-called dash the same rights as they enjoyed. So the answer is untouchables. The upper caste did not give the so-called untouchables the same rights as they enjoyed. Okay, third one. If you do something to put other people down, you are discriminating against them. If you do something to put other people down, you are discriminating against them. The next one. People usually form certain attitudes and opinions about others who are not dash them. So the answer is like them. So people usually form certain attitudes and opinions about others who are not like them. Okay, the next one. Stereotypes stop us from looking at each person as a unique individual with his or her own special qualities and skills that are different from others. Stereotypes stop us from looking at each person as a unique individual with his or her own special qualities and skills that are different from others. Okay, so now we will move on to multiple choice question. The first one, the number of major religions in the world is 6, 7, 8 or 9. The answer is 8. Okay, second one, an important reason why Muslim girls do not attend school or drop out from school after a few years is because of dash. Poverty, superstition, lack of willingness to go to school or none of the above. The answer is poverty. Fourth one, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar is known as the leader of Dalits. So dash is known as the leader of Dalits and the options Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Guru Tej Bahadur, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So the answer is Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. With that, we have completed the notes for the first two lessons of political science. Just copy it in your notebook and study. So your FA1 exams will be soon, right? So that's it, children. Thank you. Saira.